Here's how the FTP server works. Now, if we start at the very beginning, you'll see that you have the browser, and you all are familiar with the browser. So that's your client. What the browser does is it sends a request, and the request goes to the web server and goes in port 80 and says, hey, can I have a web page? And the web server says, sure, makes a copy, and sends it back. So on your basic how the web works diagram that you did at the beginning of the semester, you have all of that. And of course, all of this happens inside the internet. So you have all the DNS, you have the internet service provider, the ISP, the switches. Here you got a firewall. So you have all these pieces. Now, there's a different piece that happens with FileZilla. Instead of running a browser, we're going to run a program called FileZilla, or an FTP program. So this is a separate program, and its whole purpose is to copy files from your computer, from your flash drive, and copy those out to the server. Now, we don't want just anybody going out to the server and copying things, so we're going to make sure that they have to type in a user password before we let them read and write to the server. It's the same server and it's the same set of files, but what FileZilla does is that software is special, lets you go in and copy or write files to the server. So FileZilla or FTP allows you to read and write. So this is your important part right here, you read and write. And up until now, all you could do was read. So the browser went in, made a copy, it could only read it and it couldn't write it. Now with FTP, you're getting more responsibility, and now you can write your files out to the server. So now that's how you get published. So FileZilla, when you run FileZilla, it's going to show you what's on the computer. So I'm saying this is the computer down here, so it's going to show what's on the computer. It's going to copy those files out as soon as it finds out that you have the credentials, and it'll put them on the server. Then the next time somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to see a picture, or I want to see the web page, they'll send a request, and it will be sitting out in the server. They'll get this web page, and it will come back and display in the browser. So here's their web page, it'll display in the browser. Completely separate from FileZilla or FTP. That's just to get the information out there. The browser comes back and allows other people to see what you put on the server.